Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We have some more Rise of Mordor today, and this is a interesting little update. It's not really got like much new in it, but it's bringing back the old almost. So I felt like I'd just check it out and show off like some of the new units, because I know like Rise of Mordor has gained a lot of new fans since like these factions have disappeared. But we have the return of Eriador. So the Rise of Mordor submod have been doing some updates, and they've re-added Eriador. I'm not sure exactly if they've been reskinned. I certainly think these halberdiers have been. I don't remember them being this like plated, armor plated, but I may be wrong. But yeah, we have Eriador back, and we also have Moria back. So we have the Orcs of Moria and the Men of Eriador. So I guess like Eriador is kind of like a faction that could probably like, obviously it's very Arnor based. Like they've got like obviously men from like Breland and Arnorian Swordmasters, you can see here, and we also have everyone's favorite unit, the Hobbits. Yes, the followers of Bando Brass are here. So these guys are going to do a lot of nasty work, I'm sure. Look how small they are as well. They're not too small. They actually look taller than a dwarf, which I'm not really sure. Yeah, I guess they probably were taller than a dwarf. But yeah, so we have loads of new units. I'm going to quickly go over some of them. But if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor at the moment, I would like to see some more like Rise of Mordor content, more battles, sieges, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. But yes, I'm going to quickly just go over some of these units. Obviously, we can see the halberdiers here. These units look amazing. I've kind of got it paused because the replay goes straight away into like, not into action, but they will start moving. So I thought I'll keep them still and have a look. But yeah, you can see, look at the units. Looks awesome, really does. Let's try and get a little bit more light so you can see, because I know Attila just destroys its lighting from the wrong angles. But there you go, you can see them there. Look awesome, they really do. Then we've got the Arnorian Swordmasters. You can see shield with Arnor on the back, just to remind people where they're from. And then you've got like this. Look at that officer unit. That is one nasty officer unit. I would not want to face him on the battlefield, put it like that. He's also got his shield of Arnor as well. These units are pretty nice, to be fair. And nothing special about them. They've not got like, they're not really over heavily armored. They've got some like chainmail and stuff like that. That's the problem with Eriador. I don't really know what their strength is, because like their infantry is a bit meh. Their cavalry seems to be pretty good though. Elite heavy cavalry here, Eriadorian knights. But yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what they've got. Like their archers are good, I guess. Dunedain Rangers are pretty good. We'll come on to them in a moment. These are the Chetwood Merchant Bodyguards. These guys are pretty cool. Got like a mace. So kind of a different mix up of units. It's like it's an axe unit. This unit is. So we don't see many axe units in Rise of Mordor, but there you go. There is an axe unit there. Then you got the Eriadorian Knights here that I was on about. These guys look awesome as well. Nothing like a special. They kind of look like Tarnosian Men at Arms a bit. Not Men at Arms, Tarnosian Lancers. Sorry. Kind of do same sort of armor, same helmet, and stuff like that. I kind of wish that they make a differentiation there, because I feel like they could definitely do with that. Then we're going to come on to some other cool units. This is a pretty cool unit that they have, which is a really good unit. It's the Gatekeepers. Now, the Gatekeepers are a crossbow unit, but they also can change to a sword and shield. So I guess this is one of their strengths. You can see their swords there. They got their shield on the back, but I'm pretty sure when they were last in the game, they could then change their sword and shield. And they were pretty good infantry. These guys actually weren't too bad in infantry. So like having a crossbow slash like sword unit, like a hybrid unit, really useful to have. Then we've got the Dunedain Rangers here. I'm pretty sure we've seen these guys before, obviously like Gondor. But yeah, they're hiding here. They could be very useful, obviously. Very pretty elite unit there. And then we've got over here just some like basic archers. We've got the Bree Post Watch. These guys look pretty cool as well. Do like them. And then we've got just some Bree Spears here. And I think we've not... Actually, I don't even think I've shown off the Men at Arms. But yeah, Bree Spears, very similar to the Bree Men at Arms, which just have a sword. But yeah, they look awesome as well. So yeah, I'm going to start the replay. And I'm just going to let... because Eriador will start to move forward in a moment. So then I will just do that. My general's also just an Eriadorian Knight, before you wonder what he is. Nothing special. Over on this side, though, I will show off what Moria has. So we have Goblin Heavy Warriors. This is what I gave most of their army. I personally am not a fan of how green they are. I think they're a little too green. Probably want to dial that down a little bit. Their arms look pretty good. Their heads all of a sudden just seem to get very green all of a sudden. But yeah, These goblin heavy warriors look very like the units from like the movies, like when they're in Moria, like their armor. We've got goblin heavy pikes here. These guys, their eyes are so funny. They look a little bit lifeless, but they do look really, really funny. But yeah, no, they're quite cool as well. Again, possibly a little too green. I'm not really sure. That might just be my opinion. Then we've got Moria warmongers here. These guys are pretty nasty. Look at their helmets. We don't want to get in the way of that and that huge jagged sword. I presume Moria is probably waiting on. I don't know what Moria's special unit's going to be. What's it going to be strong in? It's is it going to be like Dol Guldur? Is it going to be really heavy, like really good shock infantry? If so, I'd say the warmongers probably need a buff, or they're going to have another unit put on top of it that's even better. We've got then the stalkers over here. These are kind of like a light assassin unit. I presume these guys can probably go into like guerrilla stances if they could go beyond the like their lines possibly. They definitely seem like they should be able to, a stalker unit like that. But they look like they can stay hidden for a long time. And they've got Moria archers here. These guys are awesome. Again, just very similar. Got some goblin spear lurkers here. That's a cool name. A lighter spear unit. Pretty basic. And then and that's kind of it, I think. That's all I kind of gave them. What have they got here? Blood Reavers. Okay, that's something different. Warmongers, Blood Reavers. I think these guys are the lower tier shock. Yeah, they're the lower tier shock for sure. They just got a big old axe instead. I just like how their little golden eyes are just like dead inside. That's just really annoying. It's really weird. But there you go. So yeah, the battle is basically about to get underway. And I was like, well, I saw this like fortifications that they set up and just was like, no, I am not going anywhere near this. They can come to me, sort of thing. And I think I have the range over them, so I was kind of happy to do just that. Just wait for them to appear. But yeah, I mean, the units are quite cool. I obviously presume that Moria is going to get its own troll units, maybe like cave trolls. I don't know whether it's going to get... don't know what it's going to get that's going to be really strong, though. Maybe shock, like I said. Maybe just swords are going to be really good. I'm not really sure. I can certainly say that the archers are pretty decent. Like, certainly can soak up a lot of ammo. Moria heavy archers. I presume from the name as well that they can soak up ammo. Like, my Dunedains didn't seem to, like, had to do a lot of focusing them down before they started to, like, drop off. But yeah. You can see that they're going to fight the inhabitants. I hope they are. No, they're not. That's a shame. My men had to fight the inhabitants. My cavalry cut them down. But yeah, so in a moment they're going to just run over their own traps. Most of which won't harm them. Over here it will. They've got like their traps here. But yeah, I started to open fire onto these units and started to do a little bit of damage. And Moria's going to respond. Bit annoyed that Moria had the same range as me. Certainly like with Dunedain Rangers. I feel like Moria's archers probably need a debuff in range. Unless like Goblins are supposed to be really good with range, but something tells me they're not. Goblins I don't think could fire as far as a Dunedain Ranger. But yeah, I started to focus on their Blood Reavers and various other shock. I just didn't want it to get any chances of like getting in full strength. So yeah, they're all getting focused on pretty quickly. But yeah, here we go, the first clash of combat. And here he goes. It's going to be some of these Chetwood bodyguards. They're going to be fighting off against stalkers and various other units. But we've got cavalry now all running in. I've got Eriador knights. And we will see in a moment like this charge. Actually, let's just keep it at normal speed. I was desperate to try and get these archers before they got to the stakes. And here we go. So we'll see in a moment the charge. In they go. For Arnor! Or Eriador, I don't know. What would you shout? They kind of caught them. Didn't actually really get... Oh no, maybe they did. They didn't get a great charge. It was a pretty poor charge actually by my... but they still are losing decisively by my... Eriador and Knight should be doing better than that. But we now have the Arnorian units in here. I'm going to probably put it in slow-mo because it isn't the quickest... It's one of the quicker battles. But these units are awesome. They really do. I am glad to see them back. In a way, Eriador... It's a really cheap, like, army that you can put together. You can just spam out like a load of stuff. Good for a defense. Like I said, though, I can see why they were removed, because they don't really add any purpose. Like the units, like the factions don't have any like really strong units. They just have well, just like their average units really. They don't like have anything that's notable that sets them apart from everyone else. Poor man, they're just dying. How could you die to a Blood Reaver? Oh, this guy's gonna die to a Blood Reaver as well. No, he's not. Oh, he survived. Very nice. Well done. But yeah, this is just a big old long line forming up here. And over on the far side, I started to get my cavalry around. They don't even have... That's the other problem with Mordor. He doesn't have any cavalry. Obviously, I imagine... I have seen, like, the Trellos of Rise of Mordor. They plan to make wargs. I don't know whether Moria will get them. They're certainly making them for Mordor and for Dol Guldur. Whether Moria is going to get any, I'm not sure. I'd hope so. But yeah, hopefully maybe Moria gets like Gundabad orcs or something like that. Maybe hopefully like some stronger orcs. That would be really nice. Here goes the cavalry into the backs of all these goblins. There they go. Because yeah, like Gundabad like orcs were like in Moria, like under Azog the Defiler. So that'd be kind of cool if they did give them like some stronger orcs. Like goblins, look at these goblins getting cut down. Like, they rely on numbers for the goblins if they're going to win this. And unfortunately, they do not have the numbers. They have, like, equal-sized numbers, I think. Oh, they did have, like, slightly the numbers, but barely. My cavalry here just mopping up stuff, helping free up these Chetwood bodyguards. They only lost 9 men in combat. Yeah, they're not exactly being tested too much. Interesting to see how well they do up against, like, actual, like, Gondorian infantry and stuff like that. I feel like looking at the armor... They're not going to stand a chance. I feel like the Goblin Pikes also didn't go in with their pikes up. Yeah, look at them. The AI is just running in. No pikes. Just... I didn't even realize this until, like, at the very end of the battle. I was like, they've not sent their pikes in properly. But there you go. That's the AI for you, hey? That's the AI for you. I can see some Arnorian Swordmasters getting cut down, though. You can't be a Swordmaster if you... can cut down. You can see some halberdiers now going in. Bree men at arms. Oh no, Bree halberdiers, sorry. Bree men at arms with the swords. These units look pretty fun though. I do kind of like them in a way. Something new, I mean, it's the old being brought back, and it's kind of refreshing to see them back. There you go, nice charge there from the Eriadorian Knights. These Knights are pretty solid. I do like the Knights. I would probably, if I was playing Eriador, bring a lot of these guys. Because they're not too expensive, and they seem to be pretty good. They're elite units. I don't know how well, again, they'd hold up against other elite units in Middle-earth. I'm not really sure. Not sure how balanced they are, but... I feel like, again, Eriador kind of relies on, like, its cheapness. Like, if you had, like, maybe, like, 10,000 funds or whatever, you'd probably bring Eriador. Because you could have the numbers over more elite, more expensive factions, say, like, the Eastlings or Gondor. Well, Gondor, you can make a fairly cheap army, actually. But there you go, you can see that my cavalry's kind of mopping up everything that's left. Yeah, it wasn't really too hard. Moria is not too strong. I should have maybe played as Moria against Eriador. That would have been a challenge. That would have been interesting as well. But I still think I would have lost. I don't think Moria is strong enough. Like I said, needs some beefy units. I'm not quite sure what it needs, but it needs like... That's what Mordor didn't have. And then it got given like the Morgul Legion and the Guards of the Teeth and the Servants of the Eye and updates. And now they're kind of pretty hard to take out. They're really annoying. Certainly anyway to take out, and you can see these archers. These archers I've been firing at for quite a while with like crossbows and stuff. They actually don't die too easily. I mean, there are 180 of them, so it'd take a while to kill them all. And there goes the Gen. The Gen's dead over here. Getting run down by cavalry. Poor man. But yeah, that's one of the things that like the evil forces are just waiting on. Apart from Eastlings and Haradrim, they are waiting on cavalry, really. And there you go. We have a victory, a decisive victory for Eriador. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at some of the end results. I mean, I'm going to have some pretty good ones. The AI is not gonna have any, to be precise. But yeah, my 3 men at arms getting 120 kills. That's pretty good. They were like the main front line. These guys are pretty sturdy. Again, like against Moria, they did pretty well. And then we got like followers of Bando Brass. These hobbits. Oh yeah, we didn't actually check out like see the hobbits in combat. Oh, I do apologize, but they got 218 kills. Well done to them. The Arnorian Swordmasters getting 304 kills, 332 kills to these ones. Then the Chetwood Merchant Bodyguards 318. Like I'm not too amazed at like these numbers. Like they're just running down orcs. They're just killing orcs. The cavalry did really well, getting like 300 kills. Archers did okay, 118 for the Dunedain. So not too bad there. And then, yeah, I think like the best thing I've spied here is the General getting 69 kills, 72 kills without Warmongers. Their best shock infantry is there, though. But yeah, there you go. So Eriador and Moria are back. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with them with the submod. I hope there's like going to be another like update soon with maybe new units for them. Obviously, that might be a little bit too much to ask. But yeah, I'd love to see them like have some actual units. Kind of, like certainly Moria especially. Like Eriador's kind of like its charm is that it's cheap. But Moria, I would say that like they need something to make them actually worthwhile playing, because otherwise they're just gonna be just kind of sat there. I feel because Moria's just not really got anything like good enough to withstand. Even if he can't stand the Eriador, it's not gonna stand the likes of Gondor and Dol Amroth and the elves. It's got to have some sort of like punch to like give it a chance. Obviously they are waiting on trolls, but I think, and obviously like Mordor's gonna get trolls, and other factions will get trolls like Dol Guldur. So I feel like they need. That's not going to be something different. That's just something more the same. They need like another unit, like I said, either heavy shock or pikes, or maybe some really nasty swords that can just like then give them a bit more of a chance. Because trolls as well will just get focused down and killed. And once you kill the trolls against Moria, like Moria's done for. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here. I'm sorry this is like a really short video, but like it's just a little taster of what like the submod's been up to. And yeah, now you can check out Moria and Eriador in your own battles. I'd love to see some replays with these two factions. Certainly like to see some with Eriador in that, because they could be really good, I feel like, on our defense. But anyway, if you've enjoyed, do remember to leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. Don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. And yeah, until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.